Schools have been back almost a week. Tomorrow will be a week since the commencement of the first term of 2026, and there will almost certainly still be learners who don't have places. I was told by Barona Hammond of the WCED that the critical date is 10 days after the beginning of school, because that is when they are allowed to deregister pupils who applied and were given a place but haven't turned up to take that place, and then they can offer that place to some of the people still on the waiting list. And if one of my colleagues doesn't do that interview before me, I will do a checkup later this week or next week or whenever that information is in. And in the not-too-distant future, universities will be starting their academic year, and they will have a similar, if not worse, situation of people who have newly matriculated. They've got their still shiny certificates in hand, and they want a place in a degree program, and they are not going to get them. Not necessarily because they are not qualified to be in that degree program, but because there simply isn't space. We're joined now by Dr Phethiwe Matutu, who is the CEO of Universities South Africa. Phethiwe, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, John, and good afternoon to the listeners of CapeTalk.
How bad is
Thanks
the problem, Phethiwe? Is it across universities and across disciplines, or some universities, some disciplines?
The problem is quite severe, and it's very frustrating for the prospective students and the parents. There is shortage of space, and the kind of marks which are expected by universities, because they are starting with the top achievers and then going down, they are quite high.
So that you might well have an A aggregate, but there are 22,000 other A aggregate students trying to get one of the 7,000 places that are available for chemical engineering at universities across the country that offer it. That's the kind of situation we face.
Strange enough, when it comes to these areas which require gateway subjects, it looks like there has still been some space. So we're talking engineering and science. But the problem is that once there is a subject which has been identified, let's say 55% in mathematics, now the marks which are required are quite high, and you are being advised to go and repeat mathematics, whereas you've done exceptionally well in other subjects. So there has been that problem that we are identifying with a number of institutions.
Is one of the things that we're trying to do with school placements is build more schools. That's not easy to do, but it is easier to do than setting up new universities, isn't it? I mean, essentially, I don't know the degree to which the numbers who can take part in a particular university program can be increased. If they are, you need the academics who qualified to teach those programs. So other than saying, no, I'm sorry, there is no place for you, there's not a lot that universities can do, is there?
The reality is that our government has invested a lot in the national financial aid system, where students are being funded without any expectation of paying at a later stage. So on an annual basis, our government is paying about 50 billion on that project. So if we could perhaps look at how this project can be sustained in such a way that there is money for expanding the system and for ensuring the sustainability of the system, that would assist a great deal. Because it's not like they are not investing, but the way in which they are investing is such that that money doesn't come back.
Is there?
So
I mean, I
is
presume
that
if
not coming back
yeah.
doesn't mean that it has to be paid by the students who are funded, but a way of ensuring that there's something which comes back would assist, at least give some kind of relief, so that there can be decent levels of expansion.
I don't want to go into the politics of it too much, but this was a commitment that Jacob Zuma made just prior to being voted out of the ANC presidency in 2016, and we're now stuck with it. The current government doesn't seem to be too keen to re-look at it, but you're speaking as the CEO of University South Africa, so I presume that this is a concern of the collective of universities, and I presume you are raising this concern with the Ministry of Higher Education. Are you getting a sympathetic ear?
No, the reality is that the model is unsustainable, and we are reaping the rewards for that. And the rewards include the inability of government to expand as quick as possible. So we have to choose which one of the areas do we want to invest in how. So it's not like the government kitty is going to grow that much. So we need to make choices.
Thank you very, very much for talking to us this afternoon. Dr. Phethiwe Matutu is the CEO of University South Africa.